Hi, my name is Kevin Moore. I'm a 4Life Gold International Diamond, and I'm excited this evening to share with you about PROTF Pro and what that means to me and some of the things I've been able to do in building my business surrounding this revolutionary protein. You know, I've been with the company for 17 years now, which means I remember when we just had a single flagship product called Transfer Factor. We now refer to that as Transfer Factor Classic. But in that 17 years, I've seen 4Life reveal and announce and introduce our entire catalog of products. And with each announcement, there's excitement, there's energy. And some of them have been more complementary in nature, such as the toothpaste, and some of them have been more revolutionary, such as Renuvo and Cardio and Rio Vita. But I can tell you this, I've never been more excited about a product announcement, not only because of what it can do as far as the far-reaching benefits for people and their health, but to build a business on than I have been with PROTF. And that's why today I'd like to share a little bit about what I plan on doing with it, what I've been doing that's been working, and what I feel the future of PROTF is. I feel this can be the heartbeat. It can be the lifeline of what we're going to do with 4Life. And we've done some incredible things over the last 17 years. But I believe that this can propel us here in America. It can propel us worldwide to a billion-dollar company. I truly believe that. How are we going to add some muscle to your 4Life business with PROTF? Well, first of all, you have to start up by ordering the PROTF. Start your transformation, because this is a product that can help you transform your body, your business, and ultimately your life. Now, although this product is absolutely revolutionary and the formula is cutting edge, it goes back to old school, old-fashioned but true. Make your list. Talk to people, network. People say, well, Kevin, make your list. This is the 21st century. Yeah, your list might change, the device that your list is carried on. Maybe now it's on your iWatch or your iPad or your iPhone. But the list is old-fashioned because it stood the test of time. That is old-fashioned because there is no expiration on that. If it stood the test of time the way it has, it's very likely because it works. And that's why it continues to be an important aspect of your business today. Now, the difference is you want to make your list a little bit differently with PROTF than maybe you have even done in the past with different 4Life Transfer Factor products. I would suggest you make your list based on who's already taking protein. Now, if you would have made your list 5 years ago on who's already taking an immune support product, well, you're not going to get very far on that list. Because unfortunately, society's trends have been that people don't worry about their health, don't worry about their immune support until it's failing them. Well, different with this product. With this product, I would suggest starting it with those that you know who are already taking a protein. Why? Because they have something good. Let's give them something better. In fact, let's give them the best. And the key to this is realizing that protein in its own, on an independent scale separated from all other supplements, protein is a $1 billion a year industry. So people are taking it. People realize the value of protein. They understand it's the building block upon which muscle is created. So make your list. The problem is with protein is not the fact that people don't realize its value. It's people just aren't taking valuable protein. People are taking the cheap stuff, the stuff that's been listed in that recent Forbes article that called out some of the industry giants for protein spiking, for being misleading on their labels, for falsifying their labels. They're taking junk. They're taking stuff that if you pay $20 for a protein that presumably has 30 grams per scoop, and you bought it at a Walmart, it's probably exactly what you paid for. So we need people to understand that, okay, you have some value built into protein. It's time you start taking a valuable protein. So make your list, start off with people who already realize that protein is important. Now that doesn't mean just the 1%er, not just the fitness elite, That also means the mom who wants to lose the last 10 pounds from her last baby. The dad like me who's approaching 40 and the metabolism isn't now what it once was. But make your list and talk to people. That's always going to be the key. Relationships. You know, it's online and offline. We want to take advantage of the trends. The trends now are people are plugged in all the time, always connected. They're always online. But relationships are built online and offline. You want to still do traditional networking. The reason I love this picture and the reason I have highlighted the PROTF is because the PROTF is the key. But you see here, someone sharing the PROTF. Looks like it's a gym setting. Well, you can share it on Facebook. You can share it on Twitter. The key is you got to share it. And the ultimate key is you have to network. You have to work through the traditional aspect of stepping out of your comfort zone, thinking outside of the box, and talking to people about a great product. We're distributors. We're distributors of a fantastic product. If you want to be a successful distributor, you're not going to be ashamed of that. You're going to talk to people. So make your list, start working it today. The key, though, is I try everything once. I do. It's a bit of a paradigm shift. This is a bit of an anomaly we're dealing with here. Why? Because PROTF and the Transform line as a fitness product line, as a lifestyle product line, is a bit different than immune support. So I've tried everything. I've kind of started from scratch. Now, there's things I know. They're tried and true, and I'm implementing them into PROTF. Those are the network marketing nuggets that are always going to work. But I'm trying different things with this too. And then I'm trying to figure out what are the successful things. That's the key. You know, we all know about Thomas Edison, and he talked about how he never failed. He just found a lot of successful ways that something didn't work, right? Well, that's the key. Go out, throw mud up against the wall, see what sticks. Remember this, our products are exclusive. You know, PROTF is patent pending. But the industry methods, those aren't exclusive. No company has a monopoly on how you share, how you build. So I've tried a little bit of everything. And yeah, some I've borrowed from some of our competitors. Why not? If a company with an inferior product can have incredible results based on systems, well, imagine what we can do if we customize those systems, we add the PROTF signature to it, the For Life culture to it. What can we do? No, there is no limits. So I've tried booths. I actually was just at an opening for a gym here in Utah called Orange Theory Fitness. They did a grand opening. Now, with each of these things, you got to think about return on investment, okay? Numbers. What am I going to invest money, time, and energy, and what's the likelihood of that returning? So the question when Orange Theory Fitness offered me a booth, I realized, okay, it's very low initial investment because all they wanted was something for their raffle, something for their giveaway. Well, that's great. That's a win-win. I give them a PROTF canister. That's raffled off. Somebody wins it. Now they're getting a fantastic protein. I very likely have gotten a customer in the process because people who try this product love it and return to it. But also by giving them that PROTF canister to raffle off, I was able to have a booth. So for a few hours, I sat there. I sat there with some bars to sample. I sat there with some banners, some signage, and I was able to network. And we got a bunch of different contacts, and we communicated, and we made brand awareness a possibility. We started getting people out there in the industry talking about PROTF here in Utah. So good return on investment. We got a lot of contacts, and I'm able to follow up with those contacts now. Fitness expos, gym pamphlets. I mean, just show up to your local gym. What's the return on investment there? You're going to hand out some pamphlets as people go into your local health food store. They go into your local fitness center, local, Pilates studio, whatever it is. But, is it tough? And that's a tough go. But guess what? You can have success with that. You can get results with that. Challenge groups. There's a company in this industry that does challenge groups. And I have a friend who is associated with this company. And I was talking to her and she said, you know what? The key is, Kevin, Now, these challenge groups, her company, kind of the platform is fitness videos, but they also have a meal replacement type of shake. And she said it's crazy because we do these challenge groups and we're offering motivation and inspiration and accountability and education. She said, most of the people don't buy the videos from me. They go and they get them off of Craigslist or local classified or eBay. She goes, I do have them buy the actual meal replacement shake. And so I started thinking about that. Well, we've got the greatest protein in the industry right now. Well, we can do challenge groups. So I've got a local leader who's a certified fitness instructor, and she's done a PROTF transformation challenge group on Facebook. You know, she offers a couple little incentive prizes. She has a day-to-day inspiration and accountability. And the only prerequisite is they can have all of the different aspects of the accountability and education and motivation of that challenge group. They just need to order PROTF. So they all got PROTF bars and a PROTF shake. And that's going to be a part of their transformation. So we're getting testimonials, we're getting customers, and who knows? Maybe one of those customers wants to do their own challenge group and becomes a distributor. You know, the jury's still out on some of this, but be creative. Home parties, have a taste party. Cut up some PROTF bars and invite a bunch of people over and have them taste the goodness that is the double chocolate PROTF bar. You know, have a recipe challenge where people come with their favorite PROTF mixtures and recipes. You know, somebody likes to do the banana. You know, somebody likes to do strawberry with their banana. Somebody likes to do berries. Somebody likes to do organic peanut butter. But you can be creative. You can do some cool things. Do a raffle. Can, you know, network through your neighborhood. Weekly webinars. That's key. Your warm market is always going to be key. Relationships that already exist. You know, and guess what? People always come to me, well, Kevin, my warm market's running out. Nonsense. Your warm market cannot run out in this day and age. You got to reheat maybe some market that's gone cold, but your warm market, you're always able to reheat it. In a day and age where, you know, 20 years ago, I would have never seen my classmates again after my high school reunion. Now they're all adding me on Facebook on a daily basis. I got to reheat that warm market. I've got to, you know, revisit a relationship I had 20 years ago, but work your warm market. Where that relationship is already there, it's going to be a lot more effective. Work up the food chain. You know, get to the people who have the most influence, and especially network the networks. I'm going to speak on that a little bit more here later, but network the existing networks. And the final question on this slide is one meeting a week. We used to say one meeting a week, that's all it takes. That was actually a slogan that we had about 10 years ago with For Life. That's not the case anymore. Why was that the case then? Well, a decade ago, it was a lot harder to communicate. It was a lot harder to meet, right? You had to do daisy chain conference calls. You know, you were sending old-fashioned faxes, and it was difficult. You know, that one meeting a week took a lot. Now it's one meeting a day. Skype, Google Hangout, Facebook chat. You know, we should be meeting daily, a webinar, a conference call, FaceTime, you name it. Communication and therefore the expectation to be successful is increasing. And you know what? There's so much out there that's distracted now. So you can't just do one meeting a week because people are so plugged in. There's so much noise, so much distraction. You got to have something there on a daily basis. Now, I think some people see my Facebook page and they're like, Kevin, sometimes are you just talking to yourself or just talking to the For Life family? Because those are the ones that are making the comments. I get text messages, private messages all the time. Never think that what you're doing is in vain. It might not always be public for everybody to see, but when you're out there communicating, you're out there promoting, you're out there presenting the plan, you're doing good. Now that could be measurable, and that sometimes it's the intangible effect, but one meeting a day, daily, hourly prospecting, meeting and educating on a daily basis. So shape up. Notice I had startup first. You don't have to be in perfect condition to represent PROTF. Now, does that help? If you're already a fitness inspiration, sure, that gives you a head start. But I talked with somebody who's in the best physical fitness I've ever seen for his age. And he told me, well, Kevin, don't be hard on yourself. Yeah, you're going through a transformation. But he said, when you get to where you're going, your testimonial will be more powerful than me. Because people always look at me like, I've always been in shape. It's always been a part of who I am. Fitness has always been a priority. And he's like, so, that's good. And he's like, but the grass, it's not always greener on the other side. When you go through a transformation, he's like, it's amazing. He's like, I've got clients. This guy's a trainer. He goes, I've got clients that they get asked more what they're doing because they've lost 30 pounds than I get asked what I'm doing because I've always been fit and this is my expertise. So you got to start up. Start up, get your PROTF, start your business, but shape up is important because we want to have credibility. Be a product of the product. Are you headed the right direction? Are you taking time for yourself? Are you transforming? If you transform your body, it's going to help you transform your business. It's a lifestyle. I call it the 4 lifestyle. But remember this, progress is a process, okay? So don't be so hard on yourself. If you're working the right direction and you've got transformation goals and you're working on them daily, it's just like your business. It's just like your business. If you are motivated and you start working the business, you're not going to be a Platinum International Diamond tomorrow. If you're motivated and you start working on your body, you're not going to be, some physical specimen tomorrow. But if you do daily habits and they become weekly behaviors, well, 6 months from now, a year from now, both body and business are going to progress and you're going to have that transformation well underway. So remember, for the time that you spend on the phone or on the email, and I'm preaching to myself, spend time exercising because that's a part of this paradigm shift with PROTF. Team up. Now, I call this the Can't Buy Me Love effect. Some of you may not even know what the movie is, Can't Buy Me Love. Okay, I bet most of you don't know Can't Buy Me Love is the Beatles song, but showing my age here, Can't Buy Me Love should be required viewing. That should be a movie everybody should watch. I'm kind of a child of the 80s, and so I got a lot of 80s movies that I'll recommend to you. My kids, they know. When Dad says it's required viewing, it's from the 80s or the early 90s, they have to watch Goonies. They have to watch Can't Buy Me Love. They have to watch some of these classics. Well, Can't Buy Me Love, in a 30-second nutshell, is this. Popular it girl, the girl at high school, borrows her mom's designer dress, expensive designer dress, without mom knowing. Goes out, has a night out on the town, and as fate would have it, Murphy's Law, she gets a stain on the designer dress and it's ruined. She's in distress. She's at the mall. She's just, publicly breaking down. And here comes the hero. But the hero is dressed as a nerd. He's kind of portrayed as a geek. He's actually saved up a bunch of money for a telescope. Well, he sees this damsel in distress and he talks to her and asks what's going on. And she tells a story of the designer dress. And he makes a deal, a proposal. He says, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take the money I've saved for the telescope. I'm going to buy you a new dress. And then you can avoid the wrath of your mom. And she's just like, well, that's very kind, but what's in it for you? Well, he just says, I want you to hang out with me for a couple weeks. And that's it. And she's just like, well, what would be the benefit of that? Well, at first, he's hanging out with her and it's kind of a mixed social experiment. But with time, and don't want to give away too much of the movie, but he becomes the most popular person in the entire senior class. He's the guy. In fact, so much so that he kind of surpasses her and he kind of disses her at one point in the movie. Now, here's my point. There's a part of that Hollywood comes to life and that becomes real life in the social settings that we're in. And what I mean by that is if you have somebody who's already the it person in their social setting, whether it's a fitness trainer, whether it's somebody that already has an increased amount of credibility in their network, they've already got an increased amount of influence in their social setting, go for that person. Go for that person because quality always brings quantity. And sometimes that's a little bit daunting. That's a little bit intimidating. When I first met my newly qualified distributor, Jordan Pendleton here on the right, he just qualified as a diamond. I'm very proud of him. Just qualified as a diamond after a couple months of working the PROTF business. Now, he's a trainer that has some local celebrity here in Utah because everybody calls him and talks to him about a lot of the Division I football strength and conditioning programs. Because he played Division I football, he's got a lot of expertise in that field, so he's the it guy. Well, when I had an opportunity to meet with him, I took it. I sat down in that first meeting, he was wearing another Pro Teams t-shirt. Was I intimidated? A little bit, but I was confident because I knew that the PROTF science and the PROTF product would speak for itself. Well, after a few weeks, he did his due diligence. He took the product. He liked it. It was an impact. He saw the science. He appreciated it. He became a distributor. I just told you, he qualified as a diamond after a couple months. But the can't buy me love effect was on. His brother-in-law is Austin Collie. Austin Collie's caught touchdown passes from Peyton Manning and Tom Brady. He's played in the Super Bowl. Next thing you know it, we were able to talk to Austin. He took the product. He liked it. Now he's recruiting half of the British Columbia Lions in the CFL in the locker room that he's currently playing professional football up there. So you get in with some credibility, but that credibility isn't just professional athletes and local celebrities. On the left here is a neighbor, a good friend of mine. Her name is Hallie. She's been a friend of my wife and I's for a long time. Well, she has credibility, one, because she's 40, fit, and fabulous, and people know it. People talk to her because she represents a fitness lifestyle. So, talk to people who are as premier as PROTF is, and then work up the food chain. Network the network. That's an incredible aspect of this. I actually learned this from a gentleman about 5 or 6 years ago that actually started networking some different, congregations of churches in the South 5 years ago with For Life, and he was just having explosive growth. And I was like, what's going on here? And it was because he stumbled onto a key. If you can penetrate the network that already exists, now what is that network? Is it a football team? Is it the NPC? Is it a group of neighborhood women who take a Pilates class together? You name it, all of the above. But if you can network the network, warm market becomes hot. And now you start to build through those relationships. Gear up. This is a little bit different a product. Like I say, a paradigm shift. I wore Transfer Factor logo wear and For Life logo wear in the past. The thing is, though, is it's not as impactful because people don't look to me and they say, hey, you know what? Kevin looks like he has his immune system on point. 437% increase of those natural killer cells going on over there. I'm going to ask him how he does it. It's different, right? With PROTF, the impact can be seen. It's not only felt, but it can be seen. So be the billboard. Whether you're already fit, whether you're already encompassing a healthy lifestyle, or you're on the way and you're transforming. Maybe that PROTF shirt's going to fit better in 30 days. Maybe they see that PROTF shirt on you today and six months from now, and that's the testimonial transformation. But be the billboard and seize every moment. You need to have 2 minutes of sizzle, absolutely ready to seize every moment. Because when people ask you that GQ, the golden question, when they say, what's PROTF? You better be ready. Now, I have a few of them ready. I have the Auburn University sizzle. I have the business promotion sizzle. I have just the product of the product sizzle. I bring in some of my local contacts that have the it factor. Austin Collie now, he's an it factor for everybody. Not only is he a leader on my team as a distributor in my network, but he just got made the recent newest addition to Team for Life. So, you bring up sizzle and you bring up credibility and you get them to try this product, but be prepared. But gear up. Gear up with, if you go to the gym and you're shaking up your PROTF in a generic shaker and you're wearing a Nike shirt, you're transforming your body, but I would submit you can do better than that. If you're wearing a PROTF shirt and you're shaking up that PROTF in a transformed blender bottle, well, then you're potentially transforming your business too. So do both. Transform both simultaneously. Stock up. Club 250, a quick promotion on Club 250. Let me pitch it for a second. It's more important than ever because this, like I said, this is the PROTF challenge. You can get people to take this product, your success rate's going to be high. And so I've always got PROTF bars with me. I look at it like this. A PROTF bar, maybe that's what, $2, $2.25. I'm going to give them that. I'm going to give them my PROTF business card, my PROTF information. But that $2.25 has got a great return on investment. That's what you got to ask yourself with every approach. What's my return on investment? Well, $2.25, I've got people who bought in cases from me of the PROTF bar. It tastes that good because I did that initial investment. So everybody should be doing Club 250. That 100 LP, maybe that's the 100 LP you're consuming. The 150 over that gets you to Club 250, that's great prospecting product. And the bars are great. The energy sticks are great for that very reason. The proof is in the products. These are impact products. And I don't just mean impact in the fact that you take PROTF today and you're going to be a beast or you're going to be just absolutely fit tomorrow. You're going to lose 20 pounds in the next 24 hours. It's not impact like that. The impact will come with time, come with energy, come with discipline. It's going to be lifestyle. It's going to be at the gym. It's going to be in the kitchen, and PROTF can be a fabulous support for that. But the proof is in the product in so many different ways. Most protein bars, they either taste like a Snickers because they have the specs of a Snickers. They have the sugar, the calories, and the carbs of a Snickers. So they're doing you no good. You might as well go just have the candy bar. Or the other end of the spectrum, they've got good specs, good protein, low sugar, low carbs, low calories, but they taste like chalk. Literally like chalk, the consistency and the flavor. Well, PROTF is the perfect hybrid in the bar. It's double chocolate, under 200 calories, 5 grams of sugar. It tastes great, though. So the proofs of the product, impact. You get people to taste it, they realize it. Same with the shake. Vanilla cream, it tastes good. But a step further, mix up the PROTF. That's impact in its own right. I've had people like, wait a second, it mixes with a spoon? Most people get their arm workout with their clumpy, inferior protein because they get their arm workout shaking that bottle, and still inevitably they get to the bottom of it and there's that clumpy protein that's sitting in the bottom because it just doesn't want to mix. PROTF, because of the hydrolyzed nature of it, the low molecular compound, it mixes, and last but not least, people take it. Most people complain about protein. It makes me feel bloated. It wrecks my digestive system. Not the case with this. So you need to have some products. You need to have some inventory. So stock up and use it to share. Load up. I was so impressed with this product line that I came home and I developed a system almost immediately. I was impressed with Reavita, with Cardio, with Renuvo, and I implemented them in my business. I was so impressed with PROTF. I said, this is going to be a game changer, absolute game changer. So I developed a system. You can take advantage of this system as well. If you go to protf.hivehat.com, make sure you enter the coupon code TRANSFORM. It's just $9.95 a month. It's fully integrated with 4Life's websites. And that $9.95 keeps the developers to where they can continue to maintain it and update it. So when we have new flavors, they'll add it. This has changed so much since it's been released because it continually evolves. I love this aspect of it. We've added My Starting Lineup, where you can add your favorite complementary 4 products to your PROTF regimen. The key is this. The reason I did this was quite simple. I saw this as an absolute prospecting jewel. And I said to myself, you can't have people confused. You can't overcomplicate it. Success is simple. Like the KISS method, keep it short and simple. Well, that's the key with PROTF too. Ask people what products they consume, and you've got a lot of different great products in our 4Life catalog, from personal care to the green label, with Life C and Super Detox to the orange label with Shape Right. And of course, the transfer factor family, especially the targeted transfer factors. But ask somebody what they build their business with. That's the key. In Africa, Dave Daughtry and I had an LP center. We started off with 2 flagship products and they were growing. Well, we said if some is good, more is better. We sent a bunch of other products over there. They actually had a stagnant period in their growth. They kind of hit a brick wall. And I think we realized that it was because too many options actually murkies up the message. When you build your business, have that lead, have that gateway product. That's what PROTF is. I love the fact that it's PROTF. Protein leads to transfer factor. You can get into doors now that were in the past impossible, but now protein can lead to transfer factor. I've seen it. I've done it. I started off with PROTF. Next thing I know it, somebody's using the PROTF system, and they say to me, okay, Kevin, I see here where I can add 4 other products that I love. Well, what's glutamine prime? Well, that's perfect, right? Amino acids build protein. Protein builds muscle. So it's a great product to lead with. You can have your own replicated website, yourname.protf.com, whether it's johndoe.protf.com, or maybe you want to hit a specific trend or industry or customize it to where it's pilates.protf.com. It links to your social media. It's fully integrated with 4Life. We have a great customer relationship manager and back office where you can send videos. You can see when your prospects open the video, when they view the video. We have prospect training. We have a revolutionary prospecting tool called Success Sketch. I can't say enough about this. This identifies people's whys. It's 36 questions developed by a neuroscientist. If you go to successsketch.com and try to take it, it's $29.95 for a single survey. I was able to negotiate it to where you can get 10 of these codes monthly included in your subscription price for $9.95. And they take these 36 questions. That's part of the trend. People are always taking these little Facebook quizzes and trivia quizzes and questionnaires. Well, they take 36 questions to find out basically what makes them tick entrepreneurially. Do they identify with Donald Trump, Oprah Winfrey, Warren Buffett? But what you get is you get a little bit of an identifier, what matters to this person. And it's a great communication starter. It's non-threatening, and it's a great way to introduce the business behind PROTF. You can select from 7 different themes with a banner, quote, and spotlight. Can't buy me love effect, right? You can have a Dave Daughtry as a Platinum International Diamond. You can have an Austin Collie as a professional football player. You can have some of these people who have instant credibility add credibility to you. There's an option to have a fully customizable photo and bio section. We have Google Analytics to track your traffic, but load up. Whether you do it with the PROTF system or My4Life, you've got to load up your business tools. Have the ammunition to build a business with PROTF. And then help up. Now, this is the ultimate empower product, right? Power of PROTF, empower others with it. But it's an elite product. It's an elite company, but we're not elitist. If we are elitist, we're missing the point. The biggest demographic is people that want to improve. You know, there's a statistic that the majority of men and women have aspects of their physical appearance that they want to improve. Well, maybe you're a 1%er. Maybe you're, 6% of ironclad body. Well, that's great, and you inspire others. But when you inspire others, you do so by helping them to take the steps of transformation. Now, I've seen recently a trend, and I scratch my head, where people are like almost condescending and offending others. Well, I'm never going to do that. Even when I finish my transformation and I get to the best shape of my life. I love Dave Daughtry because he's in incredible shape. He's never been condescending because he's the smartest businessman I know. He realizes that the people who need transformations are the people who are already at a point where they want to improve. Well, this is about helping others up. That's the very nature of together building people, not just in the business, but in the product. Let's inspire, let's motivate, let's educate, and let's duplicate. And let's do it by helping others, inspiring them to transform with their life, helping them to make the changes in their lifestyle, and empowering them with this PROTF product. Then rising up. It's the final step. You've helped others. You're building people. You know, when Dave Daughtry and I co-founded DNA and we came up with our logo, we wanted the Phoenix to be a part of that logo. Why? Because the legend of the Phoenix is awesome. It's the ultimate transformation, right? This glorified creature, this new regenerated life But how did it become so? Well, it came out of the ashes and through the fire. Old life transforming to new life, the ultimate transformation. That's what PROTF represents to me too. PROTF represents to me, it's like, you know what? Come rise with us. Let's change every aspect of your life and let's make you better. And yes, we're distributors of PROTF product. We're distributors of 4Life Transform. We're distributors of 4Life Transfer Factor. And that's ultimately what we do. But a byproduct of that, incredible intangible that's part of that, through that process, through that progress, is you can change your life with this product and you can help others change theirs. And to me, that's the ultimate. So, in closing, adding some muscle to your 4Life business. You got to work hard every day. You get that rest and recovery day, right? But if you go and you talk to somebody who knows about fitness, they're going to tell you, hey, no days off. You get that one day off, right? But you got to be there 6 days a week. You have that one day to rest, recover, and refresh. But work every day. If you go to the gym once a week and go on that treadmill for 30 minutes, I would submit you're never going to transform your body like you want to. Same it is in the business. If you send out one email, do one Facebook post, talk to one person, well, you're going to have moderate success. I always say if you treat it like a hobby, it's going to be one. You're going to have hobby results. You treat it like a business, you treat it like a dream vehicle, you're going to get those type of results. So you work every day, okay? Take that rest and recovery day, but work every other day. Work smart, mix it up. If you go to the gym and all you do is train biceps, skip leg day, never work on the core, never get that shoulder burn, you're going to have big biceps. But what is that ultimately going to do as far as the infrastructure of your body? Same it is with the business. If you want a strong business foundation, you got to mix it up too. You know, trick your business muscles. You know, do conference calls, do emails, meet at the coffee shop one-on-one, do a group setting. But you've got to work on different aspects too. Your consumer base, your leaders, those who are going to take a rank advancement. I love my new partners in Australia. They qualified with PROTF in 30 days. 30 days. They signed up. I was congratulating them. It felt like the next day I was congratulating them for qualifying as Diamond. How did they do it? Well, they networked the network. Okay? They had an existing network that they started the network. But second of all, and probably more importantly, they led with the product. We're distributors of PROTF. They led with the product. And they worked different avenues. They worked smart. Worked together. They also worked together. This power couple in Australia, husband and wife. My wife and I were transforming body and business together. Find a team. You know, and that team is internal. It's also external. It might be in your family. It might be your closest contacts, but it becomes, you know, incredible. Because I always say in this business, strangers become partners, partners become friends, and friends become family. Some of the people I love most in this world I met through 4Life. But just like at the gym, heavy lifting needs a spotter. If you're maxing out on the bench press, you need a spotter. If you're maxing your business, you need a teammate. You need to work together. Have a vision, just like your before picture, and this is where I want to be. These are my measurables. I want to lose this much weight. I want to gain this much muscle. I want to have my body fat down by this much. You have measurables, right? Things that you can actually calculate your progress. Same it is with your business. You know, I have a Fitbit that I wear that tells me, okay, how many calories have I burned today? You know, how many steps have I taken? What's my heart rate? You need to have those same specific measurables, specific goals, right? You call them SMART goals, right? Well, those SMART goals, you need to have them with your business, okay? Here's how I'm going to train. I'm going to do this many calls. I'm going to talk to this many new people. But here's my ultimate transformation goal. Here's my vision. I'm going to be Presidential Diamond by 6 months from now. I'm going to take my step to International Diamond before convention. You know, measurable goals with a long-term destination that's going to be accomplished because of that. Learn from others. Just like I learned from fitness experts and nutritional experts, the same it is in this business. I learned from you. I'm a Gold International Diamond. Some people ignorantly assume that that means that because I've been with the company for 17 years, the only person I can learn from anymore is Dave Daughtry. That's nonsense. I learn from others all the time. Crossline, upline. Yeah, I learn a lot from Dave Daughtry. I learn a lot from my wife. I learn a lot from my downline. I learn a lot from Crossline, from the company, from the executives. You know what? Every day we can better ourselves. And there's a quote I really love. And it says that a smart man learns from his own mistakes. A wise man learns from the mistakes of others. But we can learn from not only the mistakes of others, but the successes of others. Create a blueprint. Add some muscle to your for-life business. I believe that PROTF is also going to be a pro for this company. It's going to propel this company to $1 billion a year. I truly believe that. I thank you for sharing some time with me today. Go out there, be a PROTF pro.